to hear your views on today's budget. What is your overall view on today's budget, Mr. Naidoo, as the eThekwini? Do you think that any of the implementations that are about to be implemented, do you think that the budget is conducive for that? And what do you think of such a drastic and good growth of this budget as of like a couple of years ago? As we heard, it was 26 billion and now it's stretched to 41 billion.
And in 20 years it will be 75 billion. For me, what's important is that despite the economic downtrend in the world, we are still maintaining our service delivery while cutting down on expenditure. For example, the 1 billion rand loan that we normally take to service our capital programs, it will be cut to 700 million rand. Likewise, we will be curbing expenditure in other areas on investing in shows and entertainment and those kind of things. Is expenditure that we can avoid. But most important for me is the fact is we will still build homes, we'll still provide water, electricity and sanitation to our communities. So that's for me is a big highlight, given that we live in times of trouble in terms of the global economy.
Another question is, as I asked inside about the street children, homelessness and shelters and that sort of thing, what is the municipality eThekwini doing about that in the long term as a long-term project, besides what was mentioned regarding Menzimtoti being a facility being looked at where the homeless will be placed for a certain period, or is it going to be for how long will they be placed there?
Well, you know, the city is really committed, firstly, to the issue of the poorest of the poor. And that's why even our budget is pro-poor. Whether it is street children, homeless people, people without families, child-headed households, we want to implement policies that are friendly and can help people. With regard to street children in particular, we are working closely with the Department of Social Development. Whilst it is their primary responsibility, we are saying as a city, we cannot just turn a blind eye to it. We must be involved in taking care of children that are in need. Like Madiba said, a society is judged by the treatment of its children. And really it reflects now whether we are a caring society or not. We would love to really have a decent home, a real great environment for kids to grow up. We support the Live Village in Canelands. We saw what Mr. Smith has done there. Titch Smith has built Live Village. He's got so many kids, over 100 now, growing up with a school and all that facilities available. And we've put money into the project. We support them. Likewise, we will support other NGOs that are involved in work around children. But in the longer term, as the city manager said, we would like to have a lovely facility, and we have council buildings in the South Toti area that we can really convert into a magnificent place for our children. Not the institutionalized children's home. We believe it must be like an environment where they grow up, a family with a house mother, giving them a family feel and that kind of showing them the love that they deserve, and they grow up in that kind of environment. So we're very keen on that, and that's a project that I would with absolute pleasure want to be part of.
I know you're very passionate about small businesses, SMMEs. That's one of your biggest passion. Do you feel that the budget, the overall 41 billion, has enough for SMMEs, or for, what do you think of that?
Well, you see, our package, the full package, when we say 9 kiloliters of free water, 9,000 liters a month, 65 kilowatt of electricity, or no rates on properties, etc. It's part of that package to promote people that are in need, that need to be supported. On the SMME sector, we try and keep our rentals on the stalls to a minimum. so that it's affordable and they can make a profit out of their sales as such. We also have embarked on programs on adult literacy. We want them to be numeric, we want them to be computer literate, we want them to run their businesses so that they know what they're doing, how much they're spending on buying, how much they're making, on what's the profit. So a bit of accounting, a bit of adult literacy and all that, because we don't want them to run on the spot. You can't remain a vendor of fruit and veg all your life. You must graduate, you must be skilled, and you must graduate to become a small business. Like in Warwick Junction, we want to give them an opportunity in the new mall to have the little kiosk, and hopefully they will grow. And as I always say, when I go to Grey Street and I look at the little shops, they all started as small shops, and today the very same stores are in your big shopping malls like Gateway and Pavilion. Now that's what we want to see. We want to see the trajectory where people really grow their businesses.
Thank you very much.
Absolute pleasure. Thank you very much.